Hello, I'm Dr. Sexton, and today I'm going to talk about 3 things you should consider if you're suffering with insomnia. Those 3 things are hormone imbalance, histamine problems, and problems with the adrenal glands. So let's start with the hormones. You need to have a good balance of your estrogen and progesterone in order to be able to sleep well, particularly the progesterone. Progesterone has a very calming effect on the brain to begin with, and it helps another chemical in your brain to work well called GABA. And GABA is what we call a neurotransmitter. So it's a brain chemical that helps our brain to shut down and wind down and allow us to go to sleep and to help us stay asleep. The next thing to consider would be looking at histamine. Histamine is something that we all produce in our body, but there are certain foods that are high in histamine or trigger the release of histamine. And histamine causes our brain to wake up. Okay, so it's not good if you're trying to fall asleep. We will also see histamine problems if we're having gut and digestion issues. Have you ever noticed anyone using Benadryl to fall asleep? Well, that's an antihistamine, so that's reducing the histamine and allowing them to fall asleep. So histamine is another major issue. The last would be the adrenal glands. One thing that can happen with the adrenal glands is that, let's say you fall asleep, but you're waking up maybe around 1 or 3 o'clock in the morning. What can happen is if you have dinner and then you don't eat between dinner time and bedtime, or maybe you snacked on some carbohydrates after dinner, what happens is after several hours you've been sleeping, but your blood sugar starts to drop. And the brain does not like this at all. It's because your brain needs a constant supply of fuel going to it so it can function properly. So if blood sugar starts to drop, then it's going to stimulate your adrenal glands to start releasing chemicals, things like cortisol and adrenaline, in order to bring that sugar back up. Now, under normal circumstances, the adrenal glands would become more active later in the morning, around the time we want to wake up. But if they're getting triggered too early, then you're going to wake up much earlier than you want to, and you'll have difficulty falling asleep. If you'd like some more information on the details of all of this, check out the blog. Thank you.